Hello, my name is Sarah Jane Haney and this is my EDL 803 Module 1 presentation video. A little bit about me. I was born and raised in Olathe, Kansas. I have my bachelor's in elementary education from the University of Kansas. I'm a first grade teacher at Eudora Elementary School. A few things I love include my cat, Ace, down at the bottom right. I also have a new cat named Maple, but I don't have a picture of her. The Kansas City Chiefs, Kansas basketball, and then documentaries. A little bit about my work. So I've been at EES since August 2019. Our first grade team consists of 8 teachers, so there's 7 general education teachers, and then we have 1 sped teacher for our grade level, which is really nice. The 2020 school year is sort of what brought me to FHSU. I saw myself taking on a lot of leadership roles throughout that year, and so I decided to pursue education leadership. This is my critical reflection of action research. So what is action research? Action research is teachers actively participating and analyzing research. It is a continuing professional development opportunity. It's qualitative research. It is a cycle of planning, acting, observing, and reflecting on data. And it begins with real-world problems and involves a deep dive into research. So the purpose of action research, it can help teachers understand what is happening in their classrooms and identify any changes to improve their teaching and student learning. It can be an effective way to address and cope with difficult circumstances by enabling teachers to understand classroom context and develop teaching skills that can help them be successful. The goal of action research is to create organizational planning for learning which supports the objectives and outcomes of the school or district. It is concerned with change and improvement in the classrooms. It is designed to create expert teachers, not just experienced teachers. I thought that was an interesting differentiation within that resource. And it creates possibilities for change and transformation. The main steps of action research include phase 1, which is planning. You're developing a question to test, analyzing literature from past studies, and designing a process for data collection. And then phase 2, which is action focused. So it's a cycle of experiment and data collection. This can happen over and over again. And phase 3 is the analysis of the findings, and phase 4 is sharing and reflecting on the findings. So sort of the differences between action research and traditional research. Action research is practical, making changes to practices, and it can be theoretical, which is informed by theory and generates new insights. Action research is often smaller scale. It looks at different perspectives, and it's conducted by teachers. I also mentioned earlier that it's more qualitative. Traditional research is often quantitative. It's a bit larger scale, and it's conducted by scientists. But there wasn't a whole lot different between action research and traditional research that I found. The common problems associated with action research include ethical dilemmas which may arise throughout the study, and managing different commitments can be difficult. It does take a lot of time, and it can lead you to want to change colleagues' practices. So, working to make sure you're developing your skills in your classroom and sharing your findings instead of attempting to change others' practices. Now I will be evaluating my current teaching practices. So how could action research improve my teaching? It can improve my classroom management by analyzing sort of the things I'm doing and how well it is working in the classroom. Through action research, I can make adjustments to better manage my classroom and behaviors. Relationships with students and colleagues. I think this is important because like I said, with classroom management, that kind of goes hand in hand with helping build those relationships with my students and seeing what works and what doesn't. And then with colleagues, collaborating and sharing strategies and research to help be more successful in the classroom. It can also help me improve my teaching strategies, depending on what is working in the classroom and what is not, through action research and student engagement. So what the research says on the impact of action research on student learning and teacher performance. Action research offers the opportunity to create expert teachers who put in effective procedures and practices. Action research focuses on the learning and the processes to support lifelong learning culture. I thought these were really interesting things to include and are really important aspects of action research. So here's a critique on my personal and professional thoughts on action research. My thoughts include that it sounds like it's very valuable to professional development and would be a great way to personalize professional development and make it meaningful and impactful. It also offers opportunities for collaboration, which I think is incredibly important in the classroom and to support learning in the classroom. Collaboration with peers, collaboration with other school districts, I think that can all be used to promote student success. So action research kind of fosters that collaboration. And then it's also individualized to needs. As you all know, teachers have different strengths and areas of improvement, and I think action research focuses on each individual's specific needs and areas where they can improve and to help them be successful teachers. My school has not conducted research to my knowledge. We have been given opportunities to personalize our professional development through observations and online resources. I got to observe all of the other first grade teachers, but I went into that not having a clear question or direction in mind, so I wouldn't consider that actual research, but it was helpful and allowed for good conversation. And then I also had the opportunity to observe at another school of my choosing, and I have been focusing on project-based learning in my classroom. And so I observed a school that is solely focuses on project-based learning. So that was helpful, and it was personalized and geared toward my professional development. But like I said, that wasn't the directive, but I would consider that a little bit more research because I have kind of looked at how it has improved my teaching in the classroom and my student learning. So I would consider that more of action research, just based off of that experience. And then online resources. Back in October, we actually had the opportunity, I think it was about 2 hours of a professional development day, where we were provided topics through what they call the Cardinal Compass, which is just kind of a hub of all these resources for us as teachers in Eudora. And the 2 hours we were given were to research different topics and find things that we could implement in our classrooms. I thought this was beneficial. I think I could have personally made more out of this opportunity by going into it more with a question or direction in mind, rather than me just clicking the resources until I found something that was interesting, or beneficial to my learning. So I think that was a step toward some more personalized professional development, but I think action research and including that as a district would be incredibly beneficial for all teachers. So how does this support the educational success and well-being of each student and adult regarding these standards, these learning outcomes? Improvement processes are being implemented through action research to include data use, implementation, and evaluation to support student and adult success and well-being. Through action research, teachers can evaluate programs, curriculum programs, and other supports to promote student and adult success and well-being. Through action research, teachers can evaluate, develop, and implement high-quality and equitable teaching practices to support students and teachers in their success. And through action research, teachers can evaluate, develop, and implement formal and informal, culturally responsive, and accessible assessments. And finally, action research provides teachers the opportunity to collaboratively evaluate, develop, and implement a school's curriculum and assessments equitably to support students and adult success and well-being. So my correlation. My submission demonstrates correlation to the standards selected for this assignment by communicating action research and the role it plays in collaboratively evaluating development developing and communicating a school's mission, vision, and values. Communicating what I have learned regarding action research also provided me the opportunity to share how it can promote the current and future success and well-being of each student and adult. Sort of the relevance. This assignment was relevant to my current learning because as a future building leader, I need to understand the value of action research and promote lifelong learning as a culture within my school. This assignment improved my understanding of action research by providing me the opportunity to analyze resources, communicate what I have learned, and determine how I can use action research in my classroom now and in the future as a building leader. This assignment will influence the decisions I make as a future leader because I feel personally better equipped to incorporate action research into my school and promote personalized professional development for staff. I look forward to implementing this in the future to ensure student and adult success and development, not only now as a teacher, but as a future building leader. Thank you so much. These are my resources or my reference page. Thanks.